Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Ice, and it is a beautiful day outside. Hope you're excited for an awesome week of learning. I do have some updates for our morning meeting today. So, update number 1. You guys are now going to have due dates on your work. You're also going to be receiving M, P's, or L's from us on your work. So, for this, it's important that you turn your work in. If your work is not turned in, then you will not have a grade, okay? On each of our assignments, there will be a rubric that says this is how you get an M, this is how you get a P, and if you get an L, we're going to return your work to you and ask you to do it again. So, if you have an assignment on Monday, the due date is not going to be until the next Monday. However, you need to get on that day and try to get it done. Now, say your parents work and you get it behind. Just go back and finish those assignments. That's why we're making the due date a week out. So, again, if it's assigned on Tuesday, it's not due till the next Tuesday. But you want to try to get it done that day just so you're not getting too far behind in the work. But we understand that at times, if your parents aren't home, it's going to take a little bit to get it done, and that's okay. Awesome. So, we have a live Google Meet session today, and I'm going to be doing a read aloud with a reading lesson, so that'll be really nice as well. And right now, I'm going to read our last chapter of Junie B. First Grader. I'm going to ask you some questions at the end, like, who were our characters? What was the setting? And what happened? So, do you remember what that's called? The 5-finger retell. Character, setting, beginning, middle, end. There you go. So, let's read our last chapter, and then we will get started on a new chapter book soon, and I'm really excited about this chapter. Oh, it's so nice out. Sorry if you hear my daughter in the background. All right. Chapter 9, our last chapter, is called Plops. Remember, you're listening for character, setting, beginning, middle, end. Room 2 laughed even louder. Rooms 3 and 4 laughed too. I hated that mean noise. I hated it. Tears came in my eyes, and my nose started sniffling very much. I hanged my head so no one could see. And ha! That's when I spotted them. Sheldon's cymbals. They were lying in the grass right next to my feet. I quick picked them up, and I crashed them together so I wouldn't hear the laughing. And it worked. I tell you, it worked. I couldn't hear the laughing at all. That's how come I crashed them again, and again, and again, until my arms got tired. And guess what? When I finally stopped, no one was even laughing anymore. I felt a little better. Cymbals are very enjoyable. After that, I stood in the middle of the field, and I rocked back and forth on my feet, very thinking, because I didn't know what to do next. Of course. Just then, I heard shouting. Boring, yelled a voice. Don't just stand there. Do something, yelled a different voice. I looked up. The boys who shouted were being taken away by their teacher. It was already too late. More tears were coming to my eyes. Mr. Scary started coming to get me. My brain began to panic, because this was the stupidest halftime show I ever even saw. The children started laughing again. They would be laughing at me for the rest of their life, probably. Then all of a sudden, my eyes glanced over to Sheldon's microphone, and what do you know? A brand new idea popped into my head. And it's called, Hey, maybe I could sing a song just like Sheldon was going to do. I grinned real big. Yes, I could sing The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow from the hit musical Annie. Because I love that tune, I tell ya. I hurried over to the microphone, then I opened my mouth to sing, only I couldn't actually remember how that song started. Mr. Scary was getting closer. My brain panicked some more. Then out of nowhere, I heard a plop. I looked down. Something had landed on the ground next to my boots. I looked closer. It was a flaky biscuit, I believe. Plop, plop, plop. 2 more biscuits and a small plum. Then suddenly, there was another fuss in the stands, and 2 more kids were getting led away by their teacher. That's when I got it. That's that's when I figured out that those meanie kids had thrown food at me. And throwing food is the biggest insult you can even do. At first, my face turned red as a tomato. Then I felt myself getting mad. It got madder and madder. And then I picked up those biscuits and I started throwing them back. All at once, my brain changed its mind. And instead of throwing them back, I put the 2 biscuits in my right hand. I held the other biscuit in my left hand. And then I tossed them in the air, one by one, exactly like my Juggle book said to. And then magic happened, I tell you. It did. It really did. Because for just a few teensy seconds, I juggled those biscuits way high in the air. I juggled them as perfect as could be. And I caught them too. I caught all 3 of those flaky guys. And then the whole entire bleachers started to clap and clap and clap. And then they cheered and cheered and cheered. And the sound of that noise was better than the bestest daydream I ever had. I did a bow. The people kept on clapping. I did another bow. And I picked up Sheldon's cymbals. I marched right off the field. And guess what? It was the proudest darned moment of my life. The rest of the day was a joy. We had a happy party, and I smiled till my cheeks hurt. Also, I wrote in my journal again. Friday afternoon. Dear first grade journal. We won the tournament. Room 1 won the whole entire kickball tournament. And so, hooray, hooray, Mr. Scary let us have a party for the whole rest of the day. And guess what? They found Sheldon hiding behind a bush because he got scared silly, apparently. Only finally, he calmed himself down. And now he is back to his regular nutty self. And guess what else? I am not even mad at him for running away. And guess, on account of if Sheldon didn't run away, I never would have juggled probably. Mother and Daddy hugged me at the party, and Daddy said I turned biscuits into lemonade. And that is a hoot, I tell you. And then Mother said the bestest thing of all. She said I was a star. And I really liked the sound of that. Yep, I really did. From Junie B., first grader, star. And I'll let you guys see the picture for juggling the biscuits. And guys, that's the end of our book. I'm so glad Mrs. Kelly started this book with you. That's really great. So boys and girls, let's talk about this. I want to know what the setting was. Right, on the field. Now, in the comments below, can you tell me who the characters were? There was more than one. Tell me who the characters are in the comments below. Also, practice retelling the story. What happened? Well, not the story, but the chapter. What happened at the beginning of the chapter, middle, and the end? Tell someone in your house. Go tell them right now. I can't wait to see you guys during our live Google Meet session today. I'll be doing a read aloud with a reading lesson also within that. Again, make sure your parents listen to the beginning of this video so they know what next week looks like with the grades and everything. Can't wait to see you guys soon. Bye.